Hi, this is Mary coming to you once again with Friday's Word of Encouragement. And here we are in our beautiful sanctuary, and it's decorated for Easter, and we have some scripture verses. And one of the ones that we have a panel of is John 15:13. No greater love. But I'd like to read it to you starting with verse 12. It says here, "My command is this, love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no man than this, to lay down one's life for one's friend. You are my friends if you do what I command." The simple, perfect, and beautiful agape love of God shown through Jesus. What kind of love do we compare this to? And let's bear in mind, this is not a suggestion, it's not a request, it is a command. The kind of love maybe that you feel for your spouse when you look at them and say, "Oh, they make me really happy." Can we compare it to the kind of love that we feel for our parents with that great amount of respect and gratitude? Then surely it must be the kind of love that we feel for our children when we look at them and we swell up with pride and tenderness. These are all really good examples of love, but I feel these are human emotional love. I think the love that God is talking about here is the kind of love that we choose consciously to do every day. And further, Jesus commands us this. In Matthew 22nd, an attorney came to speak to him, a good educated man, wanted to know what else he could do in his life to be a good person. And Jesus says to him, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the great and first commandment. And the second is like this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments depend all the law and the prophets." This is pretty much uncomplicated stuff. It's like the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Jesus did preach a radical gospel to his contemporaries, but it was uncomplicated. Not always easy. As we know, human nature is not always lovable. But think of it this way. If you love the Lord your God with all your heart, you are always going to try to please him. If you love your neighbor as yourself, you're always going to try to be kind and considerate. We would not want our neighbor to suddenly hold a grudge against us, not speak with us, and make our life uncomfortable. So we're not going to do it to someone else. We would not want one of our brothers or sisters to rudely correct us in front of our peers and insult us, even though they might be right. So we're not going to do it to anyone else. We all have that aggravating friend, neighbor, or family member whom we duck around the corner because they're so irritating. We don't want to be with them. But you know that they're hurting. So you swallow your pride, you bring them some cookies and spend some time with them because you know they're hurting. This is the type of love that I believe that we can demonstrate as laying our lives down when we esteem others better than ourselves, when we see the desires and the needs of other people as more important than ours. And Jesus does say, "It is by this that others will know you are my disciples, that you love one another." A conscious, deliberate decision to love each other. So today, my brothers and sisters, I choose to love you. I don't care who you voted for, what you wear, what color your hair is. I don't care what position you have in church or what you do for a living. I am going to love you, and I hope you love me back. So this is Mary saying to you, until we meet again, be blessed and be a blessing.